Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome on back to F1 2020. I'm Alan Bailey. It is my team. This is my team. It is, for lack of a better name, Team Bailey. If you come up with a better name for my F1 team, let me know. My name is Alan Bailey. It's Team Bailey, a rip on Team Penske. I know, we're so simplistic. Look at us there. Look at us. That is high-tech simulation right there, my friend. That is high-tech simulation. That's basically what I look like right now in my living room. It is glorious. That is not what my garage looked like in real life, though, admittingly. Just to give you an understanding of what we're dealing with, we are one race in, and yes, we won that race. Yes, I am upping the difficulty as I am a rookie to F1 racing, and in video game form anyway. I thought, well, I'll turn the difficulty way down, except it was turned a little too low, so we're going to go ahead and fix that here before we take off for our next race. Alright, so our weekend, or our week I should say, is pretty stacked. We got a sponsor advertisement for the drivers. We got a team event, funded team event. And we also have some marketing strategy conference happening right before the Grand Prix weekend, so we are all good to go. Now let's go ahead and advance time.
As we continue to increase our acclaim, more potential partners become willing to work with us. We can now approach an additional sponsor from the corporate tab.
So we went ahead and brought A&F on. We have to qualify 10th or better in order to get this. And we also have to answer at least 4 interview questions. We also have to earn 5 Constructors' Championship points in a season for our main sponsor objective with Shark. And if you actually look so far, we have earned 27 Constructor points so far. So we have met that main goal with our sponsor. Now we just have to answer 4 interview questions during a race weekend and qualify 10th or better. So not an uphill battle, but we do have a lot ahead of us. So we will go ahead and head out to race number 2 of our season.
The Formula One circus has arrived in Southeast Asia once more as we usher in a new era and get ready to go racing here in Vietnam. A lap of Hanoi circuit then, 3.4 miles around the Vietnamese capital. A number of the 23 corners take their inspiration from other great circuits, hopefully creating plenty of passing opportunities. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap, so always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Norris, and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Bailey, Kimi Raikkonen, and Perez, Gasly, Giovinazzi, Daniel Kvyat, and Roman Grosjean, Magnussen, Russell, Schumacher, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Let's go. Start, whoa. All right, right off the gate. Go, 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 go. So we did not have a great qualifying run. Unfortunately, just pushed it a little too hard in qualifying, smacked the wall, coming to the checkered, and screwed up the car, screwed up our lap, and we got mired because of it. Ooh, boy. I know. I'll be good, I promise,
Great
but for the
first lap.
lead,
Keep it
whoa! We got pinched right there. I'm going to remember that. I had the spot on him, but he was not giving me room. Ooh. Ooh, go. Okay. Go, Vettel, go.
You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Gotcha. I hear ya. I'll be good. So this track, I have upped the difficulty, obviously, because we're not leading by 40-something seconds by lap 1. But the thing that I'm also keeping an eye on is the walls. I have whacked them a number of times and screwed up my front wing multiple times already in the race. Or in practice, I should say, and in qualifying. So that is something that I am keeping an eye on. We don't want to whack that wing again. I've had difficulty getting used to this race track as well, so just adjusting and getting used to it, still getting my feet wet here in Formula 1. But I love this game. I absolutely love this game. I think it's absolutely brilliant as far as the strategy, as far as the attention to the details. I was even looking at a replay of our last race, actually, the footage of the replay, just to kind of break it down and figure out how I can improve.
A time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
Great. So, got to keep that in mind. But no, I absolutely love the attention to detail. Looking at one of the highlight reels from our last race, our first race, I noticed that they even had a chance to animate the official standing just outside the racetrack. They animated him very beautifully, and that is a detail that will go unnoticed almost 100% of the time. It's just, guys like me who go back and look at the footage to appreciate it and notice those little subtle details. Oh boy. All over the place through that section. Still all over the place. I gotta get my groove back here. And yes, I'm minding those turns now.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Lost a lot of speed through there. When you don't...
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Noted. I'm not taking any more chances. 3 seconds is already substantial as it is. That'll put us back at least 5 positions, depending on where we are on the racetrack, so I'm keeping that in mind. And this track is so easy to step over the line and literally whack a wall, but also literally cutting a corner. It's so easy. I've already done it and awarded that penalty early on in this one, so that's something that I'm keeping an eye on as well. I normally, if this were a NASCAR game, I'd give you insight to the track or to the drivers, but unfortunately I don't have a lot of insider information. I have no insider information, actually, when it comes to Formula 1. Because I don't follow the circuit. I don't report them. I don't know people who work in Formula 1, so I don't have an extensive knowledge of Formula 1, unfortunately, which is fine. I get to come into this game more or less like a fan, which is really cool.
Some information on Vettel. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
I felt really confident knowing I was outrunning him, and now my crew chief just took all that away right there. My engineer, I should say. Oh, knew I was going to do that at some point.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
I like the strategy that we started with the start of the race, breaking this race up into 2 segments, if you will. It made a lot of sense to me. We're going to keep that, we're going to mine that, I should say, and see if we can make some, not pit strategy happen, but just try to run down our leader here. Stepped out of line there a little bit, and because of it, I'm a little all over the place and under attack right now for that 2nd position.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. Gap to teammate behind is 18.3 seconds.
My teammate was 22nd. Or 21st, I should say, on the starting grid, so not sure where Schumacher is. We do have Schumacher, the younger Schumacher, in our 2nd vehicle. And not a good first race for him. Great first race for us, but that's because we had the difficulty turned down to basically nothing, apparently. Now we've upped it a little bit here, and we're running 2nd. And our leader is pulling away, almost 5 seconds now. This Ferrari is breathing down my neck, but I'm going to make, life a little difficult for him. But with that being said, there he goes. Ooh, boy. That was very, very, very tight. In Formula One, they don't like it when you get physical. I get it, these cars are very delicate and expensive. There he goes. I pulled over to give him the spot.
You can win that place back.
Oh no. Where are we? Okay. '11th on the field. All right. That's about where we started, so we can make it up. We made up all that ground on the start, got up to 2nd, so I don't know. We'll see where we end up here. Yeah, there's definitely some front wing damage, something going on with the car, because she is handling very differently now, so when we box, we'll go ahead.
Gap to car in front is 2.1 seconds. Your front wing is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it.
I need a new wing. Wow, pit road looks absolutely amazing in this game with all the characters, all the animations. Phenomenal. New wing, I love it. Thank you guys.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
Getting into it with Gasly right there.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
That's 6 seconds. that will be awarded. That's not good at all. This has become salvage, salvage, salvage because we're looking at 11th right now, but we really, realistically, if we make up 6 seconds, we'll be 10th and awarded 12th. So we gotta...
We're leading our teammate by 8.9 seconds.
So essentially, if if the race were to end now, we'd be looking at finishing back there with our teammates. So we've got to step it up here a little bit. We got to find something and make up a little bit of ground here. Ideally 6 seconds, if not 7 or 8.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Was it though? Yeah, I just did that.
Alright, so we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race.
So we are getting used to the track. We are getting, I guess, used to the car. We're dealing with the car because of that wing damage. We just snapped loose under braking right there. We do have that 6-second penalty, 2 3-second penalties coming at the end of the race, so we
There's
need
3
to make
laps
up
of fuel
more
remaining.
space. You can see we have almost 6 seconds on the
Caution,
car behind
caution.
us. Oh no, what happened? Oh my.
Okay, clear.
Ooh. Another caution. We should be clear of it. Yeah, we're clear. Up to 9th,
Okay, you're in the top 10.
but we still have that penalty coming. 6 seconds for corner cutting, 2 3 seconds, so we gotta make up a little bit more time, a couple more positions right here. That was the first pass I've been happy with all day. And it's not even going to really count. We're going to lose those 6 seconds. So we are looking at a top 10. That is what our sponsor objective is here. We have to keep this up for another lap and a half. Coming to the white flag.
This is your final lap of the race.
Come on, let's see what we can get him.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
That's okay with me. Because we've got less than a lap to go. I am burning through the fuel and I am using up what's left of these tires, trying to get these 2 cars right here.
Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty.
Now we got to really be careful because we are right there. We step out of line again, we will get another 3 seconds. We're already 6 seconds off because of those 2 penalties, so we have to be careful here this last half lap. corporate teammate right in front of us, our engine supplier. See if we can get him. Gonna run out of time.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yeah, so because of the 6 seconds, we go from 7th to 9th. That is still a top 10. That is still very respectable for this rookie and this young team.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
The victory lane celebration here looks really, really, really good, man. This looks extraordinarily realistic compared to what it looks like in real life.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. After today's performance, Valtteri Bottas secures the championship lead. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes move to the top of the table. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
You're looking at us right there, 9th, right there in the finishing. But we would have finished 7th had we not cut the corner twice, or gotten caught for corner cutting. So 2 points right there, good for the championship battle. Very good. We moved up from where we started in the race, so that's pretty good. We started 12th on the grid, finished 9th overall. That's not too bad of a day. And you see our teammate actually moved up as well. Started 21st, finished 19th. I think that might have been in part to Verstappen with the DNF S1 and Williams coming back here as well with some unfortunate luck. But was actually not too far off from perhaps another position right here. So you're looking at the time difference right there. So the teammate Mick Schumacher actually improving in this one. And with that, that'll do it for this edition of F1 2020 My Team. Make sure that you mash that subscribe button because we do have more F1 content coming out within the next few weeks. We also have NASCAR Heat 5 content on the channel, as well as some Supercross action coming at you as well later this year, as well as some Dirt 5 action coming to the channel as well, with Wrecked also on the horizon for 2020. So make sure that you don't miss any of it. Hit subscribe, click the notification bell. That way you are notified when new videos are posted nearly every single day right here on this channel. For F1 2020 My Team mode, I'm Alan Bailey. We will see you at the track.